everyone, my name is Kajal and in this video we will be talking about generation type auto. So, you know that whenever it comes to generation type UUID, with the help of UUID generator, a unique string has been generated, and that unique string is unique for your server. And whenever you want your primary ID of type string, then you can use your generated strategy as the generation type UUID. Then you know that for identity, generating ID is responsibility of the underlying database, and basically underlying database with the help of auto increment, that's how it is the core responsibility of database. Then I told you about the sequences. In sequences we can have a sequence that is a table present in my database, but inside that sequence you will only have the next value, and this sequence you can use for multiple tables, and you can provide the customization if you want to. Then I told you for table, a table is basically gets generated, and this table is basically providing you the primary key or the ID to your existing table, and inside this table you can have multiple sequences, and every sequence will be having its own next value. So that means multiple tables are not required to share their next value. One table can have multiple sequences. Now whenever it comes to auto means automatically. So that means you are not deciding what strategy to be chosen. Automatically you are asking your Spring Boot application to automatically decide what will be the generation type. So whenever you want Spring Boot to decide that whatever generation type will work for you, so for that you are not required to write anything. I'll just remove this part, because now this is not required. You will just say ID and you will say generated value, and that's it. You are not required to select any strategy, or if you want to select, you can also select the strategy as generation type auto. Okay, if you will keep this or if you will just remove this, everything, like both of them are exactly same. By default, if you have not defined any generation type, it always picks that auto. But now the point is, whenever you have auto, generation type auto, by default Spring Boot will pick which implementation. According to the documentation, the Spring Boot will pick the generation type as sequence. So by default a sequence will get generated for multiple tables, and next value will be picked up from that table. That is about the auto. If you are not sure what to use, then you can again go for this. I'll just restart this application. Once I'll restart this application, you will able to see for author, because the generated type has been selected as table, a table will get generated for author, okay, with the sequence name author in it. But for person, because I have not defined anything, a sequence table will get generated. So now I'll show you show tables. Okay, I'll have to select the database and I'll do show tables. You can see for person the sequence table has been generated, and for author the table IDs have been generated. So whenever it comes to auto, it by default selects generation type as a sequence. Yeah, thank you so much.